In spite of this horrible tragedy, I am going to continue to LP for you guys to try to keep you guys entertained as much as I possibly can. Final Fantasy VIII is a surprise LP that I talked about in my last video. A good friend wanted me to LP Final Fantasy VIII. And by the way, the third item that those fuckers took that I didn't mention was my my 3DS with my 7,000 dream points in my Pokemon file and so on and so forth. And I bought that 3DS when it was at full price, not the drop price or whatever. So yes, those son of bitches took my PlayStation 3, my backup laptop, and my 3DS along with a few other things. Cause I had a lot of stuff in that red bag. I think I had a bunch of my my Game Boy Advance games, including Final Fantasy V Advance. So I'm gonna have to go buy another copy of that before I can start LPing that. So. But like I said, in spite of this horrible tragedy, I'll continue to LP for you guys. If you want all the details, just look at my last movie where I talked about my my apartment. Okay. But anyway, let's talk about more entertaining and less depressing things here. Okay. All right, Final Fantasy VIII. Dr. Kuda Waki or whatever. I'm not good at anything. How you feeling? Okay, I guess my forehead hurts, baby. My forehead hurts. Okay. No kidding. Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me, please. I guess I'll keep everybody's name default doing this LP. I guess Squall Leanheart. Take it easy during training. Next time you might not be so lucky. Okay. Said that to Cypher. Is that how you pronounce Cypher's name? Cypher, is it Cypher or Cypher? I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a while. I forgot how they actually pronounce the dude's name. I can't just run away like a little coward. Blah 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 blah. Blah. This plotline is pretty confusing. I start to understand this a little bit, but this is one of those confusing plot lines where you won't know what the hell's going on unless you pay attention to every cutscene and read every word, which I don't think people do. Chris, come and get your student. Yes, baby, come and get me. Now, a lot of people seem to have trouble with Final Fantasy VIII when they first play it. The thing is, this isn't your typical Final Fantasy game here. It's very, very tactical. And I think this is when I actually fell in love with the game. Everybody loves that. Christy is so beautiful. Okay. I knew he'd be you or Cypher. Am I saying that right? Is it Cypher or Cypher? I don't know. Come on, let's go to today's field exam. As I said, a lot of people seem to have trouble with Final Fantasy VIII. So, for those of you who are veterans of the game, just bear with the LP. I'm gonna have to assume that a lot of people watching this are like noobs to the game or whatever, because this is not your typical Final Fantasy game here. So I'm gonna be completely informative as much as I can anyway. Not really. Why are you mocking me? Between Christy and Renoa, I would have definitely chosen Christy. She's a lot more mature than Renoa is, and much more beautiful in my opinion. Maybe that's just me. I like blondes. Oh, just kidding. I'm not that picky, but I just like Christy better. Normally, I would use a team of all girls, but unfortunately, you have to use squad most of the time. But I probably won't actually start spamming Renoa until late game or when I'm fighting bosses and so on and so forth. But for the most part, you will indeed see me use a squad in Christus. And my third man will probably depend on who I'm fighting until I get to post game. But not post game. I'm thinking of Pokemon again. Until I get to late game. Then I use Renoa a lot, which reminds me, yes, unfortunately, my English copy of Pokemon Black and White was stolen too. So I'm gonna have to hold out on that post-game LP. Unfortunately, I'll buy a new copy of Pokemon Black and White eventually, and I guess I'll just go ahead and when I do that, I guess I'll go ahead and LP the whole game again in English, since I already know how to play the damn game. So it'll be fun anyway. It'll be fun. But still, stealing my shit is a no-no. If I knew who it was, I'd be in jail right now, seriously. But once again, let's move on to more entertaining things. Alright, like I said, it's a really confusing plot line. Basically, Chris is an instructor, and, I don't know the fucking plot, seriously. I just play the game for what it is. I really don't understand this plot. But that fight between Squall and Cypher you saw at the beginning of the game was, they were actually training. First thing I'm gonna do is what I do every Final Fantasy game is I change my buttons. Memory. There we go. I haven't bought a new TV yet, so my recording device is a little laggy. I'm actually watching this on my let me find the screen. I'm actually watching this on my laptop as I'm recording it, and unfortunately it has a split-second lag. So yes. Before leaving, you might want to do this right here. Tutorial. What am I doing? Damn. So I have a split-second lag. That's very aggravating. If you're new to the game, I highly recommend you read all this stuff. If you have a somewhat understanding, then just watch my LP and you'll be fine. You want to do this GF tutorial thing for the sole purpose of getting your first 2 Guardian Forces. Shiva and whatever this dude's name is. Guardian Forces are your summon monsters in Final Fantasy 8. I haven't played all the Final Fantasy games. I don't know if they were called Guardian Forces in other games or not. If they were, please inform me. Shiva, you all remember her. You remember her from Final Fantasy 10, from my LPs 10. Yeah, you remember her. Okay. Anyway, the sole purpose of doing that is to get your first two Guardian Forces. Don't worry about all this stuff if you watch my LP, because I'm going to explain the things that need to be explained, later on. This is actually the one thing I don't like about Final Fantasy 8 is all the harbor loading time. Just really aggravating. Anyway, Guardian Forces. I'm pretty sure most of you play Final Fantasy 7. Guardian Forces are kind of like your materia in this game. Without Guardian Forces, you pretty much can't do shit. And I mean, you can't do anything without Guardian Forces. Typical Final Fantasy stuff here for the Guardian Forces. Well, actually, they're slightly different. The Guardian Forces have hit points. They don't actually come out and fight like they do in Final Fantasy X. They just they'll like shield you and stuff, and they'll absorb hits. When they run out of HP, then you can't summon them anymore. You have to recharge them with like GF return stuff like that. Compatibility over there is the higher the number, the faster they'll come out and stuff like that. I'll go more into that later on when it's time to do that. Learn abilities, typical stuff here, kind of like materia and any abilities in any Final Fantasy game, like Final Fantasy 5 and Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 10 2 AP. Pretty much the same way. On every battle you get ability points. The area that's on, that's the ability that they're gonna learn, and so on and so forth. Some abilities lead to other abilities, like magic 20% leads to magic 40%, and this leads to like card refine and stuff like that. It's very confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually a pretty interesting setup here. All right, for now I'm gonna have Shiva focus on strength. Actually, screw that. I have her focus on this right here. Well, somebody please tell me how you pronounce this thing's name. I'm gonna have this dude focus on time. Have him focus on card. Yeah, you will learn this as quick as possible. Trust me. Which reminds me, I'm well aware of the no Guardian Forces runs and the no level up run. We aren't gonna do that shit in this LP. Alright, we're not doing that here. But we're wasting time. Let's get a move on. I actually forgot to equip my Guardian Forces. I'm just gonna go ahead and get Squall 1 because Chris is gonna join me soon. I don't have any magic, so there's no point doing it right now. See, right now, all I can do is attack. All I can do is attack. No items, no magic, nothing. Once you use your Guardian Forces, you can use stuff like magic, summon your Guardian Forces, draw magic. I rarely summon Guardian Forces. When I say real, I mean real. I rarely summon Guardian Forces. I might have like one person completely dedicated to Guardian Force duty, while the others draw magic. But you'll see that. Alright, anyway, you talk to Instructor Trape here. Fire Cavern, blah blah blah. Basically, we have to go to Fire Cavern now for some kind of CD exam. Do you have a good excuse? Not really. Let's get going. I'm not commentating. I'm still pissed off about those fuckers breaking into my shit. So yeah, I'm just not myself right now. But hopefully, as I start doing these LPs, I'll get back into it. I'm still gonna start Pokemon Emerald very soon. But like I said, Pokemon Black and White and Final Fantasy 5 Advance are gonna be just a little delayed. And I'm late. Ah, boom. Oh, okay. Are you okay? This is actually one of your party members, Selfie Timid. I didn't start liking Selfie until when did I start liking her? I didn't like her at first until I actually started reading some of her quotes, and she got a lot of spunk. I like Selfie. She's like really lively. I think she's somewhere in my top 10 for Final Fantasy girls. She's late for class, so on and so forth. She wants you to give her a tour of the Guardian. The only purpose of this is for you to. It's basically like a tutorial. So let's go ahead and do that. The point of doing this is to you know, show you around the garden and stuff like that. But I will. Before leaving, I think you can talk to this dude right here, and you get your first pair of. Come on, give me the fucking cards. Thank you. You get your first cards. The main mini game in this game is called a triple quad or something like that. And let me tell you something right now. I hate this fucking card game. I do not like this card game. Well, we'll deal with this shit later. I mean, it's kind of easy at first, but once they start doing shit like same and same plus and all that crazy shit, it's just really aggravating. You could be up 9 cards to 2, and then they do one move and flip all your cards over, and then all of a sudden you lose 10-0. What the fuck? Oh well, like I said, we'll deal with the triple quad later. Which reminds me, I'm probably not gonna do every side quest in this game. We'll just have to wait and see. As I said, the purpose of showing Selfie around is to is basically kind of like a mini tutorial for you, so you can learn what all this stuff is. But in all honesty, you're probably the only time you actually go to these places when you have to, or if you're trying to like get a red card or something. That's probably the only time you're actually gonna go these places. You probably only go to the cafeteria when you're trying to get a Christmas card, stuff like that. You probably only go to the infirmary when you have to, the parking lot when you have to, the training center if you want to level up, but you can die there. So I don't know why it's called training, because you can die in the training center. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. They'll just remind you that you're supposed to meet Christmas somewhere. So basically, you know, just let's continue. The infirmary. That's what students are treated for the injuries. East block, the training center. You're training, and they have real monsters running loose there. If you don't take 60, you end up dead. Okay. The library. You probably only go to the library when you have to, and that's somewhere like this too, when you're trying to meet Aline and stuff like that. Yeah, most of these places you're probably only going to go there when you really have to, so there's really no point in doing this shit, seriously. I just like Selfie. Alright, these little devices right here. This is your save thing. There's just one teeny tiny problem. I said I had a lot of stuff in that bag that they took, including my memory sticks. So I cannot save my game, unfortunately. Great, but that's okay. I'm gonna go buy a new PS1 memory card there from Tray and Play. Yeah, from Tray and Play. Yeah. What's that store called again? Play and Trade. Okay, Play and Trade. I'm gonna buy a new game for them. Yeah. A new PS1 memory stick for those guys today. While I'm out playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that, I'll get that. Then we'll continue this LP after that. Now, I don't know everything about Final Fantasy VIII because I haven't done all the side quests. Because some of the side quests in this game are extremely annoying. Especially those damn cards. Sometimes when you come here, there'll be like a guy standing right here with, you know, you can like play cards, stuff like that. But we'll do that later. Speaking of the card game, I'm only gonna collect the cards that I really care about, that actually has some use or whatever. I might try to get every card in this LP. Don't know. These little bubble things right here are little miniature draw points. You can sit there, come on, and draw magic, trying to cure. Magic works very different in this game than typical Final Fantasy games. For starters, you don't have magic points. There are no magic points. You have a magic number or whatever. And there's our baby Christmas in her really sexy little pink robe or whatever she's wearing. I mean Christmas. I really like Christmas' outfit. I really like her outfit. And that whip, spank me, baby, goddammit. She's giving you a tutorial on your junctioning, but let's just skip this for now. I'll explain it myself. Once you get to the 5K, I'll explain how to junction magic. I'm probably gonna skip all these tutorials and I'll just explain it myself. So anyway, as I was saying, your guarded forces is the bread and butter of this game. Without guarded forces, you can't do shit. Seriously, all you can do is attack and limit breaks and use items. All right, so we're gonna equip Chris's with the Shiva here. All right, magic, guarded force, draw. Alright, just in magic. Oh, that's right, she doesn't have a kill yet. Well, I'll explain this when I get more stuff. Alright. Let's get a move on. Alright, the game just started and we're already on the world map. This world map works pretty much just like any world map. If you happen to encounter a T-Rex, run the fuck away from it, please. Do not fight those fuckers right now. And I'm going the wrong way. One thing I love to do when playing Final Fantasy 8, and we have our first battle here. Probably a couple of insects. Indeed. Alright, in a somewhat Mario RPG fashion, oh, she's gonna tell me. Scar, you know how your gunblade works? Yes, yes, yes. Just before you strike the enemy, press the R1 button, and you do a critical hit. In a somewhat Mario RPG fashion. Some people have trouble with this one, but I practically never miss it. Christy doesn't have that. She just has a basic attack. I just said I never miss it. I missed it right there. Haven't played in a while. Actually, no, it's the lagging. I have to press it like a split second before I actually want to do it, but that's okay. It was I was saying, you have to actually draw magic from enemies. It's saying question mark because I haven't drawn it yet. Eight fires. And 2 scans. You can actually use the magic while you're drawing it. If you want to do that for whatever reason, you'll probably never do that. Trust me. I'm just showing you, but you're probably never gonna do that unless you're really in a hurry. You need to use something like aura or whatever. Experience points, typical stuff here. Items, butt card, you win cards sometimes. Ability points. It was I was saying, one thing I love to do in Final Fantasy 8 is I love to stay here in the ocean for a good while. I love to grind here because these fish that you fight here, they give off three ability points each every time you kill one. And for this point of the game, that's a lot because most enemies only give you 1 ability point. Most enemies in this game only give you 1 ability point. But these fish give you 3 apiece, and I think that's their sole purpose is to like give you a heads up. I mean, to give you a head start. When they're in the sand like this, their defense is very, very high. You attack them enough, eventually they'll sprout out. And you can draw some elemental stuff here, I believe. Anyway, the way I play Final Fantasy 8, I main Squall and Quistis pretty much every time. Quistis is there mostly for support. Actually, and Squall does all the dirty work. I'm missing my gunblade timing because of the lag. Once I get a TV to play this damn thing on it, it's not gonna lag like this. I haven't played a long time. This guy should have sprouted out by now. There we go. Once they come out, like that, the defense is low. So you know what? I forgot something. I'm supposed to be playing the game the way I play the game. And one thing I love about Final Fantasy VIII is you can spam your limit breaks. And trust me, you want to do this because if you don't use limit breaks in this game, these battles are going to take a very, 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 very long time unless you don't over level. Unless you keep all your characters at like level 1 or level 7 and stuff like that. And I don't do that. I like to bring all my characters to level 99 as quick as possible. That's just the way I play. Limit breaks. When your hit points is in caution mode, sometimes you'll see a little arrow by your name. Then you can perform a limit break, just like Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7, just like Final Fantasy 7, the limit breaks have priority. The instant you select limit breaks, the next action will be your limit break, and that's very, very helpful. Actually, it's extremely cheap, and you'll see what I mean when I fight Omega Weapon. See that? Those fish give off 3 ability points each. As I was saying, it's starting to come back to me. Before I go to the fireplace, I always stay here for like maybe, that's just the way I play. I stay here for a while and I grind ability points from these fish because they give out 3 ability points apiece. That way I get a head start on the game. I'm like, ready. Rizzo cooking! You're gonna see me use this a lot because it makes battles really, 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 really fast. See, unlike Final Fantasy 7, you can use it as many times as you want to, as long as you're in caution mode, or actually, as long as your aura is high. I'll explain that later on. Y'all fuck it, I'll explain it now. As you have like low hit points and like status effects, stuff like that, your aura increases to like a random number depending on how severe the injury is. When your aura is high enough, you'll be able to perform a limit break. The more severe your injuries, the higher your aura is. The higher your aura, the more powerful the limit break is. For example, sometimes Squall will do 4 hits on his Mizukuken, and at best he'll do 8 hits on his Mizukuken. And the higher your aura, it increases the chance of you doing a finishing move. Anyway, as I said, typical stuff here. See, he has 15. Once he gets 40, he'll learn this ability. Then he'll move on to a next ability and stuff like that. Same thing with Shiva over here. Once she learns that, then she's gonna go over to the next ability. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna just stay here for a minute, and I'm just gonna grind license points. All right, we'll be back. Actually, since I don't have my memory stick yet, I'm not gonna grind like I normally do because it'll be a waste of time. Let's just move on with the main stuff now, and I'll probably grind when I get my memory card back. One important thing to remember, very, very important, that some people don't seem to realize this until they start getting their ass kicked in the game. The enemies in this game level up as you do. So basically, the stronger you are, the stronger the enemies are. These insects right here, they're weak right now, but later on in the game, when they get stronger, they'll start doing like sleep on you and poison them more often and stuff like that. And monsters will start hitting for 9,000 with their basic attacks and so on and so forth. So yeah, The stronger you are, the stronger. Well, actually, it's not how strong you are. It's your level. You will quickly realize that I mean, you'll probably have Squall at level 50 before you know it. But like I said, the higher your level, the more tougher the enemies are. And if your guarding forces and abilities so on and so forth are not up to speed, you're gonna have a hard time. So gaining levels, that's only, I would say gaining levels is only like maybe 10% of your strength. Seriously. It's kind of like playing Final Fantasy 12 without the license board. Seriously. Before continuing, you might want to go in the forest and fight these little caterpillar things. But my luck. Okay. I think you can get cure from this thing. That's why I said that. Let me see. Draw. Yeah. See, you got cure right here, and you got something else right here. Thunder. Yeah. Magic in this game, as I said, in most cases you will draw your magic from enemies. There are a few other ways to acquire magic. We'll go over that when time comes. You don't have magic points or anything like that. I got 5 cures. Quistis has 8 cures. So I can use cure 8 times. But I'm going to draw more. You'll probably rarely use magic in this game unless it's like a heal spell or support spell like haste and float and, you know, protect and stuff like that. But as far as offensive magic, you probably aren't gonna use it that much unless your name is Angel Wing or Renoir, which I can't wait. Alright, I think that's enough cures. Let's just take this guy out. I missed it because of the damn lagging. You're not dead yet. See how it was Quistis' turn, but Squall got 2 turns in a row. Like I said, limit breaks have priority. Once you select the limit break, the next action will be your limit break, which is very, very helpful. And you already see by now how cheap that can be. The way I play this game is Quistis and my other person support Squall, and Squall does all dirty work, especially when I get ore. It's just gonna be chaos after that. You can exchange magic here. I'm gonna give all my cures to Christy, and I'm going to take all her fires. By the way, about Squall's Gunblade, you can put it on auto. What that does is he automatically does a critical hit on his attack and his Rizakuken. For those of you who are having trouble with the timing, of course this comes with a price. It won't be as strong as it normally would if you do that. But for those of you who have trouble doing timing his Rizakuken, and there are some of you out there, I recommend turning it on auto. But if not, then you use the manual one because it'll be much more powerful if you do it manually. All right, Fish Fin. There we go. We learned our first Guardian Force ability, ice magic and stuff like that, I believe. I think I can now make ice and water magic. Let me see. Once your ability is right here. Yep, ice and water. Okay. These items right here, items you win in battle, you can use abilities to make magic. Very, very important. This is actually going to be your main supply of obtaining magic. Fish fin is very useful for the beginning of the game. I can make 20 waters with 1 fish fin. So let's do that. Let's give Squall the water. So Squall has 100 waters. Business for Christy. Let's just do that. No. Alright, let me show you how important this stuff is. First, let me change Shiva's ability here. Shiva's gonna learn, well, she's not gonna learn it because I'm gonna end the episode before she learns it. Then, you know, because I'm taking my PS2 with me to work to make sure that I still have it when I come home. You got fuckers breaking to your house stealing your shit. Anyway, let me show you how important this stuff is. You see Squall's magic right now? It's only 7. I create water to it, and now it goes to 25. See that? That's just a sample. So yes, I recommend you guys learn how this stuff works. I'll probably be a little more informative on my next episode when I get like more magic and more abilities. But trust me, it's gonna seem confusing at first if you're new to this, but once you learn it, it's really, really easy and quite interesting. Remember when I said that you'll like rarely use your offensive magic? The reason for this is because in most cases your offensive magic is going to be equipped to your characters. See that? My 100 waters is equipped to Christus. If I use water, then her magic will go down and stuff like that. So you could be in the midst of battle and you can have 9,000 hit points, but if you use your magic that's currently just to your HP will decrease in that battle and so on and so forth, and we don't want that shit happening. But like I said, you'll learn all this later on in the game, trust me. You better learn it, or it won't last very long. God damn it, why I keep missing that? Aura or crisis level or whatever you want to call it. It was high, so you did 8 hits that time instead of the default 4. Spiderweb. Christus can learn Blue Magic Ultra Wave. Christus' limit break is pretty much enemy skill. Like pretty much in every Final Fantasy game, there's like one except Final Fantasy 12 because they got rid of a lot of traditional things there. There's like one character who's completely, at least one character who's completely dedicated to using the enemy's abilities. Monsters drop items that Christus can use to learn limit break, stuff like that. Using this on Christus, she'll learn Ultra Waves. Now I'm gonna do this for this episode as an example. So that now Christus has a new limit break. Stats, to see your limit breaks, go to stats and just shuffle it, and eventually you'll come to it right here. Laser Eyes are default one, and Ultra Waves is her new one. I usually have Christus learn maybe 4 limit breaks in the entire game. The reason for this is because I use those limit breaks over and over and over again. But unfortunately, she has a lot of limit breaks. And there's one limit break in this game that you want to use as quickly as possible. And we'll go into that when the time comes. But trust me, you're gonna see me use Christus a lot, and I mean a lot. For those of you who don't know how good she is, after watching my LP, you are gonna use Christus. You hear me? You are going to use Christus after watching my LP. I can assure you. Christus is, in my opinion, the single most useful character in this game. Christus is extremely important in Final Fantasy VIII, which is a somewhat traditional thing because one thing I've noticed about role-playing games is the female characters are usually the best characters to use. Rydia, Terra, Celis, Yuffie is pretty kick-ass in Final Fantasy VII because her ultimate weapon, all you gotta do is get it and she can do 9,000 damage weapon. I mean, come on. Who else does that? Christus rocks ass in this game. I haven't played 9. Yuna, of course, is very important in Final Fantasy X, and Riku kicks ass if you know how to use her. Ash is the overall best character in Final Fantasy 12 because of her overall stats. I mean, seriously. She's teaching you magic right here. How to adjust in magic, but I already showed you that. So we can skip this shit. In-game tutorials are very boring, but if you're new to Final Fantasy VIII, I highly recommend you read these because if you don't, If you don't, you're gonna be in big trouble. I guess I'll go over this. I guess I'll review it. Your gun blade, as I said earlier in this episode, you have to press R1 when you attack the enemy to you know, do a critical hit. Come on, there we go. Gunblade auto mode. If you turn the auto, he'll automatically do it himself. The critical hit, of course, but the downside to that is that it won't be as strong as it normally would if you do it by yourself. If you do that, if you put it on auto, the risen cooking indicator is not on there, so it lets you actually look at the cool animation. But once again, he'll do a critical hit, but it won't be as powerful as it should be. So it'll be like 50% weaker and stuff like that, you know. Squall has 4 limit breaks, Rough Divide, Blessing Zone, Faded Circle, and the infamous Lionheart. You can actually get the Lionheart Gunblade on this one. However, I'm not gonna do that in this LP. I'll get it on. It'll be much more easy if you wait till this 2, but you can get the Lionheart on this one. But hell, you know what? I might do it. I might do that. I might do it, you know. I might. I guess I'll get it, but there's really no point doing it because you'll only be able to use it on one enemy, and that's the boss at the end of this one, seriously. I might do that. Anyway, let's do this CD exam shit here, and then we're going to end this long episode after that. Yes, we're ready to go in. What's going to happen here is you have to choose the difficulty of this. Time limit. Do you want 10 minutes? Do you want 20 minutes? Do you want 30 minutes? Or do you need 40 minutes? If you can't complete this in 10 minutes, something's wrong with you. The purpose of this is to increase your CD grade. The higher your CD ranking, the more money you get and stuff like that. But in all honesty, I don't give a fuck about that shit, because you do not need a lot of money in Final Fantasy VIII. You do not need a lot of money in this game. You need a little bit, but you don't need a lot. You need some money. You definitely need some money, but you don't need a whole lot. Kristen said that her charm makes everybody nervous. Hell, I'd be nervous if I was around a sexy instructor like that. You know how it's kind of funny how in most hentais, you know, the instructors are always, you know, having sex with their students and stuff like that, you know. Alright, new enemies here. We have these little bats, of course, because we're in a dark cave, so we kind of expect to run stuff like this. I think that they got the typical magic like fire, or they got thunder, so no point in drawing this if you already have it. Just basic bat enemies here. Die! Yes, I'm gonna be saying that in this LP too. Not a whole lot though. Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to stop saying "fuck you, Capcom" at the beginning of every movie. They know the world's pissed off with them, so I guess I'll probably stop saying that. I don't know. I'm mad at them right now, but I have other people on my shit list at the moment, so I guess I'll give Capcom a break. I'm still pissed off with them, but anyways, I was saying, if you can't complete this in 10 minutes, something's wrong with you, seriously. Well, maybe not, especially if this is your first time playing the game. I think you can, if you go here, you can get some magic fire, but at this point you probably don't need it, but it's there just in case you, for those of you who are too lazy to draw magic from enemies, and there are some of you out there. Bombs! Your typical bomb enemies and elemental monster. Use an ice attack for these. Yes, you're gonna get a lot of tutorial stuff here when you first start playing the game. You'll use your magic sometimes, but you're not gonna use it all the time. But at the early points of the game, I recommend using it on enemies like that, especially the bombs, because of course bombs. The more you attack the bombs, the more they swell up, and eventually they explode. One thing to note about the bombs is the bombs are very, very powerful cards for this point of the game. So if you're into the card game, and I am not, you might want to turn those bad boys into cards. It'll definitely help. Trust me. They're great cards for this point in the game. The main reason why people use card is because for people who are doing no level up runs, card defeats the enemy, and you don't get experience points when you do that. I think there's actually another way to defeat enemies without getting experience points. I'm sure you guys have noticed this by now, but bosses do not give experience points. The reason why bosses don't, well, most bosses anyway, the reason why bosses don't give you experience points is because you have to fight the bosses. You have to fight the bosses to proceed with the game. And some people might not want to level up. So that's why bosses don't give you experience points. Is it coming together? Okay. This guy has all the elemental spells, so it might be worth to take some time to draw from him. Especially the ice spell for Ifrit and those bombs. Die! His points are very, very low. You can kill him one attack. Anyway, I'm gonna put Shiva on Squall here because I'm gonna be summoning her very soon. This is actually one of the few times you'll actually see me use Garden Forces. Is in this first fight with the Ifrit here. Actually, I don't have to do that, but I probably will do it anyway, just to show you how Garden Forces work. You and Cypher are in class of your own. You both have amazing strength and potential. And I could not stand Squall at the beginning of the game, but I'll talk more about that on the next episode. But he'll come around. I don't like the mean things he said to this. How can you not like something like that, man? It should be clear obvious that she likes you, dude. But oh well. Okay, this is it. Are you ready? I'm always ready, baby. You seem confident enough. I've got 3 minutes to beat this guy. Alright, our first boss fight. Ifrit, typical summon monster here. You have to beat him, then he joins your party, of course. Fire. One funny thing I like about Ifrit is if you summon Shiva, he'll get mad like, they have Shiva? See that? Shiva is blocking you. When he attacks him or her, she'll absorb the blow and your character will be fine. That's one of the few ways to survive Omega weapons of terror by using Garden Forces. You can use the Garden Forces many times as they have hit points. They have Shiva? As long as your Garden Forces have HP, you can use them as many times as you want to. But once they run out of hit points, you can't use them anymore. You're going to have to use a G return to bring them back. And G returners are very, very, very expensive. I missed the timing because I was catching a spell with Quista here. Anyway, as I said earlier, if you can't complete this in 10 minutes, something's wrong with you. And I'm running out of time here because I'm doing LP. So it's time to end this. As I said, from now on, I'm going to do my LPs the way I do them. I've got 2 minutes to take this guy out. He doesn't have a lot of hit points, but to make sure that I beat him, I'm going to do my thing because time lags very bad in this game, as you can see. Impeded humans! Oh my god! I forgot that his physical attacks are pretty... I meant to do that on Squall, but Squall was knocked out. Yes, I forgot to tell you, it's not hard to get your ass kicked in this game. Trust me, it is not hard at all to get your ass kicked in this game. So until you get really why do I keep missing that? Okay, quizzes. There we go. It's not hard to get your ass kicked in this game, so you need to be very careful when you're playing this if it's your first time. But let's end this guy. I got 1 minute left. Not bad for a human. There we go, Rough Divide. This is pretty much the way you're gonna see me fight every boss. You're just gonna see me spam Squall's limit breaks. For me to lose to a human, very well, I will join you. A very cheap but extremely effective way to beat bosses. Just have Squall spam his limit break and you'll be out of this mess before you know it. You get Ifis card, 20 ability points, very, very sexy, and he becomes your guardian force. And don't worry, I don't have 50 seconds to get out. Once you do that, your timer thing goes off. If it automatically comes with a elemental adjustment, I believe. I guess that's why she's going over this. What that does is it makes your attacks do element damage. I actually rarely use that because if you're not careful, you end up healing the opponent, of course, and you don't want to do that. But I do indeed use element defense. You're gonna use that a lot, especially when you find those fucking red dragons. Actually, no, because their fire breath is not elemental, unfortunately. I'm thinking of another game. See that now Squall's attack? Now Squall can attack with ice. I guess that's helpful on those dinosaurs at the beginning of the game and so on and so forth. It's helpful at the beginning, but later on you aren't gonna use that. Trust me. You can put fire on your armor. Well, see, it's not armor, it's guardian force, but guardian force is basically your armor. See, now that I got guardian force, I can like absorb fire damage and stuff like that, you know. So yes, the guardian forces are the bread and butter of Final Fantasy VIII, unfortunately. Actually, everything in Final Fantasy VIII revolves around the guardian forces. Somehow or another. You don't learn that till this 3 or something like that. This is not a spoiler-free walkthrough because 80% of you watching this LP have already played the game before, so. But some people are new to this because the game is on PS3 now, and of course games like Final Fantasy Dissidia and things like that. You know, you want to check out the old Final Fantasy games. All right, guys, and I think that's gonna do it for today because I gotta get ready for a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and stuff like that, and I gotta get the editing done. So we'll continue this on this episode. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.